What's up, everybody, and welcome to the latest Senior Doom stream. I'm Senior Doom, obviously. Joining me right here, my boy, my good boy, my Zeus. How you doing, Zeus? He's doing good. I'm doing good. Hopefully everyone else is doing good. We are tonight coming back to you with, well, community cast tonight. We haven't done one in a little bit. I had to take last week off due to some sickness in the family, and I'm still trying to figure out this whole thing. So if you're here tonight, is just going to cast if he wanted to, if he could bark. But he's a 12-year-old dog. He needs to take it easy. But if you're in the cast tonight, go ahead and join us in the casting community casting channel. We can start set up, getting in there. I can play games. I know Mysterious Player is already in there. There, I will actually see if he is up for it, and we'll see how that goes. First, let's go ahead and lower the music. That way, so once we get other people on, it's just not Doom. You can hear everybody. So I'm going to head and undo my stuff. How are you doing, Mysterious Player? We're having a good night. Hello. All right, you are live on stream. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing all right. What about you?
I'm doing quite well. Getting ready to hopefully get some people come in, play cast. Right now you're the only person in, but there's some people that they were willing to come on, so we'll see what happens.
I could play all at E.
I figures Metro always a good play, always a good cast to watch.
We do have some insane online tournament gameplay.
Oh, if you want to share your screen, we can definitely watch that.
I'm currently inbound.
Yes. Are you playing that Arceus Squovit, or you go back with the Charizard Bibarel?
Actually playing Lost Rolling Moon at the moment. And I
Lost.
forgot to put Boss in the deck, which is very. But it is working out. I have no Gust.
Who needs Gust?
Can we not be?
I know.
I'm in top 4.
I'm looking at your list right now. We were actually looking at your Bibarel Charizard list recently, and I've actually kind of liked that. It was an interesting deck.
What's very fun. I actually think it's. I mean, it's an awesome deck. It can't be that good. But pretty good.
Yeah, you got myself and some other people looking at it. We're like, oh, hey, maybe this is a play for Vancouver. I don't know. Also
I don't
been,
know about all that. I don't know about that.
man, I'm playing Squovit Zard lately. Have you seen that?
But
It's still
that
running.
was odd.
Yeah, but you add in a Squovit so you can throw everything on the bottom of your deck and actually try to find the cards you want that you're not getting otherwise.
Oh, my B-Bear was oh, you bet the Stage 2's oh, I got confused.
Yeah.
I think the all B-Bear was all the. Oh yeah, B-Bear was on. B-Bear was on this very. I actually like it more than Pidgeot at the moment.
I'm on that same train right now. I think like it's just Pidgeot. There's so many ways to shut it down. It's like you can throw out the Path to the Peak, or Tina like goes after it, and like with the Beaver, the Bibarel, it's just like they take it out. It's one price only, right? Yeah, it's a little easier to get stuck up there, but so much better otherwise.
Also, you don't have to play Rotom with Pidgeot instead. Rotom's good, but it's a problem. The God of War and Rolling Moon matchup.
100%.
It can bust it. But your Guardian matchup is actually like 50-50. They can't get through 3 Zards.
No.
They have to like bust anything.
Because like if you work around
Not a fix that matchup by playing B-Bear.
Yeah, which is why I like the Bibarel. It takes a harder L to Snorlax block, but I mean, at some point you just kind of say, you know what, fine. If I'm only gonna run with Snorlax block once a night, might as well call it a night, right?
And if we're talking best of 1, you do have 4 Iono.
That is true.
But I mean, if like a BG. So you do have less liability. You don't have Rotom, you don't have Jirachi or Manaphy.
That is true.
I mean, it's still bad.
I think this version I'm playing right now has Manaphy in it at least.
I think you need Manaphy. Get the Evolute off. If you don't, you have bigger problems.
Yeah.
If you do use 100 HP per million, then
yeah.
what are you doing?
This one I think has the Manaphy. I'm going to find out here because I'm playing a game with it right now. I have the natural double battle VIP pass, which isn't horrible. Oh yeah, no, I don't. I don't. I think I played the 100 HP Charmeleon, right? Oh no, I don't.
I mean, so playing Jirachi with the Charmeleon that blocks offensive attacks anyway.
I know. I don't remember where I grabbed this list from.
Let's
see if the the fish isn't even in there. Oh my god, this is like the worst start.
We have nothing.
No V's, nothing to grab with the Ultra Ball. So we're just gonna have to.
No Evoluto. So bad.
This is bad.
Oh, someone else is here. What?
What's up, Clarinet Geek?
Talking to us or someone? I think you're talking to us.
I don't know.
Got unmuted as had to keep talking. Whatever.
Oh, I don't want to get rid of the evolution. Devolution, but Huh. This isn't a bad. Like they didn't get the fridge back started, so that is actually crucial for us.
Whip the turn 2.
Yeah, so they whiffed the turn 2. We're already attacking. I did toss the Charizard, the Radiant Charizard away, but they're even trying to hide it.
Another thing you could do, the B-Bear was on, is that you can maintain a whole one prize board with more Charmeleon. Have a board of like double Charmeleon.
That is true. Do we want do we boss KO here? Yeah, I think we do, right?
Oh, might as well.
Might as well.
But
go ahead and put the Devolution back in the deck for now.
You want that way to take it.
Yeah, so we want to put that away. You know what? This seems solid. I think we just put the Evolution out there. I don't burn it. Just get it out of deck so we can draw more cards next turn. Take the KO here. Now if they KO us back, we're not in a horrible spot, but hopefully we can be able to get something to KO this. And again, I mean, their hand looks so horrible. They just put down our Frigivax. Oh, he's actually attacking now.
Wait, that's big.
Big chip damage there. All right, so let's go ahead with the Charmeleon. Let's go ahead and put the energy here in case we need it. I want to Squove the hand away. Save that stuff I want for later. We'll Squove that, put that on the bottom. Ultra Ball's good. Rare Candy's good. Switch is good. This is a good hand. I like this hand. Almost wanting to use that rod and get the but I mean we'll probably have it back later. What's up, Z-Man Cuddles? Oh, like I don't even know what okay, he does have the first facts about Excalibur. But we have a turn to still find it. We just need to find Rare Candy. We play enough Nest Balls in this deck. We can get it down. We take another KO, then it just doesn't matter. We're so far ahead that I just don't see them coming back.
I will say I do. Z-Man is the best badge.
Yeah, I finally bought my first Paldean Fates today. Okay, second. I bought a 2-pack thing. I was hoping to get this, and obviously I didn't. But I did get the promo art version, so now I'm like running one unique art at each of Charizard in my IRL deck. But then I was trying to pull the Charmeleon, just a basic Charmeleon. I was like, yeah, I probably will, right? And I did, and I'm like, oh, I just bought 4 reverse hollows too for like 30 cents. I'm TCG player. I was like, oh well. Let's go ahead and we're going to use the Rare Candy version just so we can get that. Yeah, that feels right. Not too fond of that, but it's a move. It's a move. And then having left, move it back to the bottom for now. Iono.
Yeah, B-Bear was first. Then the second B-Bear, then you can scope.
Thought about it. I'm actually thinking about doing the Iono now.
So B-Bear.
Yeah, and then we can B-Barrel, or we can get the second B-Barrel. Or we just don't get anything. Let's go ahead and throw the Artazon out. I should grab the... Hey, there's a second B-Barrel. I grabbed another Charmander, but I don't think that matters. Because now we can find one more energy. We can actually KO. There it is. That's with the Charmeleon.
Charmeleon.
fact that they brought the fridge backs up makes me feel like they probably don't have it. Or they're going to try to take 2 prizes off this and this.
Have the ball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to just boss them up and it's over. So on Saturday, I was at a League Cup. I was over with my brother. My brother, I was 3-1. My brother was 3-1. We had a whole bunch of 3-1s with only a top 4 cut, right? My brother decides that he's going to straight ID at the, and that puts him out of cut. 100% puts him out of cut, right? But it causes such chaos with all the other players because now, like, there was like a couple other players who could have ID'd, or like if they won, like there was some scenarios where they wanted it and they wanted him to play, hopefully play and lose, and they would get in. And by him IDing, it completely threw him off. And I was like laughing the whole time. I was like, sucks for you. I was like, this Chin Pao. Yeah. Don't. I think that's like 90% of what happens to me when I play Chin Pao is like I just end up hands like that where I can never set fridge backs.
And Colton had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to think about for the community night stuff. Like, I know I've been like a little way too loose with like trying to set this up, and this for like everyone else who's on stream, watching on stream and stuff. Set up so like we have a time set, or like even just maybe a set of people for one night. Like these 2 people are on, they come on, they do it, and then the next week, and then I can like promote more so, and like you can always play. Like you're always have to play, man, right?
Yeah. Round.
Yeah. Ooh, Bloom again. Tell me when your top 4 matches, so I'm not. We can actually watch that. I wouldn't mind doing that.
Well, I could be against Cash.
Oh no!
We'll be ID'd in Swiss. Playing it cut.
Oh, friend of the stream, Cash. Doom winner, Cash. Have you won? I don't remember. Have you won one yet?
I have not won the.
I've
gone second.
That's right.
I've not been able. I make top 8 all the time, and then
I just wanted last week. I wanted you to win with the Arceus and with the Crisis Shot, especially after we started seeing the Crisis Shot. I was like, oh my god, I need to see this. This is the best thing ever.
Damn, all that.
Boiled again. Which, Chad, if you didn't see this last week, let me see if I can find his list. I'll put it up real quick. It was
one we were talking about before. That one.
So there was a late night lowercase special. I need some more like late night tournaments to play. No, we aren't. It's hard for me.
I can't play on Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't play the Wednesday one either. All right. It's like, there we go. Chat. Stupid things like too high. There we go. This was the list that me and Mysterious Player keep talking about right now. It was an Arceus deck, great Arceus, and the biggest thing is it's playing Crisis Punch, Crisis Shot, and we almost watched the school of it kill with it, and it was going to be the best thing in the world. And
I have done it before.
I know. It was going to be the best thing. He had the energy, he had everything. He even got it off the prizes. We're like sitting there like, it's a 50-50. And he's like, oh my God, this is going to be so good. And then he got it and was like, yes. And then he hits with like the Roxanne. Like, no. And he almost got out of it. It was so good.
And that's full of it. That.
Yeah.
Full of it.
Yeah, so you're 100% funding it every time, or at least trying to.
Oh, it's so good. Even if it just gets an item. All right, here's my B-Battle.
Yeah, well, Well, that's why it's so broken. Like I'm playing a version of Pidget Zard where it's only playing 2 Arvins actually.
I've seen that. The Melbourne.
Yes, and I was also in I was in Europe as well when the little it did well. Which I was like, oh wow, this is kind of interesting. And it kind of still works. It's just like you're a little bit more heavy on the nest ball. You're trying to use that more so than anything else. And then you're just trying to, like have more options to everything. Paparazzi, there is. Actually, if you want to join in right now, Paparazzi, you and Mysterious Player can join together, and then me and you can cast his top 4 matches when it starts. I have no idea what I'm playing against. It's Fridge. What's up with the Chin Pals tonight?
Why we play that 1-1 Toad Finals of Gdansk was go dango and Pal.
That is true.
Toad School beat both of them.
The era of Toad School is coming.
On the way. The Toad School Yaks stopped Rolling Moon.
That is true.
Maybe it's the Toad School Shaman deck on the it's Charles.
No more Charizard. We're just doing Toad Schools from now on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is not good. I guess we can get a B-Barrel out. We can check the rest of our deck, though. And we do have other things. We can do things. The 1-1-1 split. Actually, you know what? That might be actually the right thing to do. Rory Moon, here I come. Toad Scroll Yaks. Shin Pao, here comes Baby Toad Scroll, right?
And then you play the rocks. You play Soul Rock and Lunatone to get about that with Tina.
I'm just going to tag everything.
Tag everything.
Wasn't that what Arceus decks were for the longest time?
Yeah, basically. So like all peak picks back in Silver Tempest.
Silver Tempest format. That was not. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Oh, he went for the Bidoof. I know he has a rare candy. Let's not have the energy. If he evolves this turn, we'll hit him with the de-evolution beam next turn.
That seems to be the you got over that.
That's all I got.
Awful lack of good cards. Z-Man Carlos, the Toad School EX is bad against Dino, good against Roman.
Oh. I could push it here.
Why we're joking about the Lunatone and Soul Rock since that's Toad School EX will under
push it here.
Toad School by itself. It's not.
Trying to think. Where
I would all that.
Yeah, it's just good.
And God.
Yeah. Get the KO. They can't Gus anyways.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll just 1 energy for now. We want to save the de-evolution for the rare candy. Fine getting rid of this. Fine getting rid of this.
A fishing deck?
That's what we're gonna find out. No. Wait. I don't know if I play fish in this deck now.
Don't play fish. Oh. Next Mander.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an Armander. No reason to press Pokestop. I was gonna take the KO. Like I know they have rare candy, but did they not find the The Frigi? I want to say this played.
Back.
I don't know. Because they got the Pokestop, they got it. There's the candy, okay. I mean, they need a lot of energy still, though. To KO this.
They need the backup.
Right.
Stack help.
Because like if we just had the Gust, we would have went after that instead of this, and then they would be in a really bad spot. I mean, they're still kind of in a bad spot as it is. We'll see. We play. I know this plays two things. Like what I'm saying here, like going like I thought it played Fish because Fish is like nearly crucial in every Bibarel list, but this is like I want to say is the one from Germany list.
Yeah.
It was like 36 or something like that. I'm looking it up. No, not 36. Maybe it was a little bit further down. A lot of energy there, buddy. Because I know like a Banette did well, and this is where de-evolution comes into play, possibly.
Yeah, 80 seconds. 12 it be Bell.
It was 80
Does
seconds.
not play any V. That's very interesting. Don't think I like it.
I know, now I'm thinking about
full Arvin. Play 4 receivers, full Arvin.
Do we hit the Pokestop and see if we get the candy?
Oh yeah, ship it.
Ship it? I
Never
think so.
whiff.
Never whiff. No, but we did get the counter catcher. I think we definitely Devo here. And then we keep this down in case we need it.
Dig. Nest ball. We could ultra ball the choice spell nest ball. Grab some base.
Let's just keep the manners coming down. And I think we do the Devo here and say, hey, we can even get that up.
Another pot.
We've already used Bibarel.
Oh, we did. Oh,
Do we go after? Do we Devo bring up the Bibarel, make them still force them to use it in energy?
no, I would hold it. Because if they're down 2 candies, they use a third, you case that back.
That's true. They are down. Let's see how much they're down. They're down. Yeah, they're down 2. So, yeah, and they take a KO here. We're not in a horrible spot because then we could belt away. We could Ultra Ball away the belts and whatever else, get the Charizard, and then hopefully get the candy off the Bibarel. If we had one more card, I would have went after like a possibly.
So my game is up. If one's
All right, paparazzi, wherever you were, if you want to join me, we can get some commentary down. If you, Mysterious Player, if you want to share your screen, we'll have you on. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing this game unless they completely bonker out.
you'll win it. Oh, they play Poke.
Well, now we got to kind of hold on to the belt because now we could use Radiant Charizard against them. But then again, they could also like completely decimate us with this. What's up, paparazzi? Player, I'm going to mute and deafen you. All that good stuff. So we're not giving them extra stuff. All good? How you doing tonight?
Forever today, so that's awesome.
That always feels good. I finished school forever like 20 years ago. Oh, you know, I actually almost that 20 years and 4 years, but
Yeah,
It's been
Yeah.
20 years since I finished high school. My babies. You know,
I wish I would have finished many years ago. I should have, and I decided to go to school. I was like, I realized after I went back into school, I was like, maybe I should have. Just for the way my career path's going, I didn't really need it, but some tools I could help. And then, yeah, it was a long 4 years, 2 months. We're done.
let's check out the back scale over here. Hopefully we're going to try to win this game. Then we'll watch Mysterious Players and talk about his game and how it's going.
Sounds good to me.
If you want to talk about what my game's going like right now, it is not going too well, but I mean, it could be much better.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just took out their back Excalibur, so it will come down to if they have enough energy to KO with this Chin Pao, which they probably do. Considering I think they have the Palkia V Star that gets them to 4 and then 5 with an attachment. Like part of me was like, we should go after the Palkia maybe.
Yeah, because if they do get that Palkia. I mean, that back Salver play, as long as
Maybe.
you start back into his deck.
But he's got to find it now because he already used the Irida. He has a huge hand though. Make sure player's game and thing is working. This. Is he up against Cash? Oh, he is up against Cash. I wonder if he's trying to figure it out and he doesn't have it. One.
He is taking.
Well, he should have enough energy anyways because he has one attached there, one attached there. That should be, 5? And that should be enough, right? It would have been probably better to attack with that or even go after that. But I started off so slow and it didn't help. It happens.
Yeah.
See, no points for you. All right. All right, well, let's watch players' game. So the serious player is playing Lost Box Rory Moon. He's up against Cash, who's playing Goldingo. Both friends of the stream. This is an actual tournament going on right now. So this is a best of 3, and I am not affiliated with the tournament. I don't remember who's running it right now. I'll at least give him a proper shout out. Urgel's Realm. It's called Frank Pao Snowy Special. And currently, your top 4 consists of Lost Zone Box, Goldingo, Rory Moon, and Arceus.
So that's surprising to me if there's no Charizard EX or Lost Tina. That's pretty interesting.
I've been talking about it. Like I'm Charizard EX believer.
Same.
It's been one of my decks. I think it's on. It's on. Yeah, Tony following that says Art Gyarados Leafy on keys. It's on its Mew arc right now. Remember when Mew EX was like the deck, but it wasn't making top cut anywhere for a while, and then it just slowly crept back in, and it has flavors, and it kept working and kept going.
Yeah.
And that's what this deck, what Zard feels like right now. It's on that kind of arc.
I mean, I really do think that Charizard EX is a pretty solid deck.
I mean, if you look at like the Dortmund results, Charizard wasn't that far out. Like 12th place. Rhydon was 11th. I mean, 15th. It was still there. Someone got in with a Dialga Lost Zone box so at 29th. So
Dialga Lost Zone. Okay. I've not seen that one ever.
ever. And there was one, I think it was on Azul's stream today. He played against it. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Goodbye, gimme goal.
Three
if I remember right, there was a question recently about Esperantha and Cramorant, and I believe Cramorant does attack for free with Esperantha still.
Oh yeah, because that cancels out abilities, correct? No, extra one more.
It adds one more, but Lost Provision says like it attacks for free.
Yeah, it's like it completely ignores all the energy costs. So okay, yep. Okay.
Which like the other interesting thing is, and this is a bug that Middle Magic Hour found. Charizard, Radiant Charizard, if they're at 5 prizes, completely nullifies their ability because they take 1 colorless off for each prize taken, and 5 of them they only need 4 off to attack for one fire, right?
Yeah.
But if you have 5, that means you got 5 colorless less, and they try to add 1 more. That's 1 more off, and it should be able to still attack for one energy.
That's what I heard too, because someone brought that up yesterday in my stream. They were asking like if that would happen if you used it in that way, and I was like, well, I mean, it should because how you said just now, like you have 5 colorless less that you need, and so just it's 1 extra that's not even there anyway. So just like having that go to 4, because of Espathra, like it's pretty cool workaround.
Yeah, and so from the context I know they know it's a bug and they're trying to fix it. So hopefully we see it. It doesn't come up often because Esperantha is what I don't even think it made day 2, which sounds horrible, but I mean Arceus did.
That's like I don't like it. As a Zard player, it is hard.
Oh, 100%.
So difficult. Especially when you have your energies so sparse. You have just the right amount usually, except maybe 1 more for your radiant charge if you're running 7. You just to deal to run your Pokemon. So, oh man, don't like it. There's someone in my chat who I swear she makes decks against me on purpose just to make me like give me humiliated on stream. Like I swear she does that. As a joke or something. I don't know.
I actually had a viewer do that when I used to do viewer battles way back in the day. Then I got to the point I stopped doing viewer battles because they were also becoming really bad with like the harassment. But they would come in and they'd be like, no, you have to play this one deck and only this one deck and other stuff. That's what I learned as a streamer a while ago. Make sure you have rules when you have your stuff about it.
I mean, I don't think the person does in my chat, like, I don't think they do it like technically like on purpose or I mean, I don't think so because he's one of my mods. And so like, I don't think.
That's more like my mod Zan when he's coming in like, yeah, I know you're playing this deck a lot. This guy was like, it was not even this guy, it was this group. They were doing this to any streamer who was doing viewer battles.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it was like, this was like years ago. Like I haven't done viewer battles in years. They got to the point instead of doing viewer battles, that's how I started the Tournament of Doom, which is now where we're at now with like community casting and actual casting and everything else.
This is awesome. I've never been able to be in one of your tournaments yet. I mean, I would love to be able to try one day if I had the day free, but it's on Friday. But it's awesome what you're doing. I think it's awesome, especially this community casting thing too. Like for me, like as like seeing tournaments stuff like that and seeing like how people do it, I've always thought like, how does one get like a part of that? But like I'm pretty sure when I've seen it, kind of just starts from just doing stuff like this and getting noticed and being able to try things out yourself and like made an awesome like platform. So first, I just want to thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying. Like trying to expand on this and like I'm trying to figure out better how to do these community casting nights. Like I keep dropping them like on Tuesday mornings because I forget. Well, I realize I have to schedule next week's Tournament of Doom. I haven't done that yet. Oopsie doodle.
Yeah. It was this morning when I woke up and I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. It's like, and then later on in the day you announced.
Yeah, I think what it is, I need to set up a form so it's like, hey, first 2 people who come in, you're pairing for an hour tonight or for 2 hours. But there you go. We'll watch some games. We got people like Mysterious Players always up to play. I almost did think Z-Man actually about doing a mini tournament, like a Tuesday night, late night thing, because like we've looked into doing a 6-round challenge. So we could do something late, 6-round challenge or so. Just make a challenge style so there's no top cut. So because I have work in the morning, I'm not gonna lie. I have to drive to work at 9 in the morning. I love traffic. So then, like, actually, that actually sounds good, Z-Man. Like, do it as essentially a secondary tournament.
That could be cool. They have like designated hosts, like he's like said in the post in the Discord. We had like this post where it said like it would be a schedule with certain people, like will have certain dates and be able to prepare for themselves and be able to like set aside that time. I think that's perfect for me too because like for Tuesdays, like usually, I mean, I'm usually sure for Tuesdays, but like for me, it's like it's good to know like feel stay organized. Okay, what time am I trying to plan everything? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, like Sunny's or Pumpkin Amy's, where it just doesn't have a top cut. You just go 6-0 and you win. No IDs.
Yeah.
Because next week is the 100th tournament of Doom.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not this week, next week's. And that's going to be the Doom and Emmy special. I have no one else. We've intentionally scheduled nobody else. It's me and her have guessed the most. So that'll be number 100. I am actually publishing it right now because, again, I forgot about it until. And it might be. Might be more. I don't know. Champions League this weekend? I'm not sure. Like, even Mrs. Doom was like, oh, it's been 100? I'm like, yep. Just like, damn, time goes so fast. I mean, we had our anniversary yesterday and we totally forgot about it. It's been 14 years.
Wow.
Well, we forget about it because like we celebrate our real anniversary. We call it in June. But the day we signed the documents was February 12th.
Okay.
Had a good old shotgun wedding. And we eloped. We found out she was pregnant. We're like, you know what? And she's like, I don't want to be like 5-6 months pregnant on our wedding day. Let's just go do it now.
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey, at least cash this time set up.
So right now, this is best 2-3.
Yeah. So right now, Mysterious Player is up 1-0 over Cash.
Because after that last one, that was definitely the thing I saw there that Cash was struggling with his bench because Mysterious Player was just knocking out his like Pokemon every single time. He was that Radiant Greninja play that he did. He totally just destroyed his setup. So
now he has to be careful because the Palkia is out there. And the Palkia isn't going to get KO'd this turn unless he pulls off some sort of miracle 7 play. And then there comes the threat of the Greninja. The reverse Greninja play. Yeah, no, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, man, I'd have to make some graphics up for it. Call it like Challenge of Doom, but I think this might work better. And what time did this one start? 5. I don't know. Ooh, rope or gate?
all the switching out you can get.
100%. But also, gates can be important too for the Roaring Moon attack or the possibility of using a ninja. I think you take the gear here. Well, okay, you take the gear or you take the Battle VIP pass and ensure that you're not getting swiped. God damn it.
Oh,
It's funny
it
enough.
makes sense.
Funny enough, I have a
But-
design system for everything with the tournament to do, so I can make things quickly. Just and no one will forget it. Does anyone else feel like the quality of the tins have gone down since they don't add stickers to them anymore?
Personally, for me, for the tins, like the special collection tins, I got some in the beginning, and like I just opened. Like for me, I'm like, unless I opened the wrong one or something, I don't know. But I opened it up, and it was just a couple packs inside, and that was it. I was like, "That's it?"
They used to have a coin. I
Oh yeah,
think.
there's coin too. Yeah, about that. Yeah, there's coin too. You're right.
I
It
think.
was coin in the pack.
Yeah, and they're like this. At least the Crown Zenith ones came with stickers, like with the trainers. I got it. This is actually this is going somewhere. Chat. It's even connected to the game, still in tournaments. It came with a sticker and all that. And the only reason why I even got this is because I got 6 in my cup this weekend. And this is all I got. I'm actually on camera here. This is all I got for going 6. Not even a prize pack. Nobody got prize packs for participation, as far as I know. No idea what this would be, if they were using it or not. None other. Thank you for the follow. And that's like what I at least sometimes I feel like my free online tournament sometimes gives out better pricing than people who do IRL tourneys.
True. No, true. That's very true.
What's up, Kekleon?
Yeah, because there's actually been some IRL tournaments like that I've been to, and just like the prizes are not too. I mean, I remember there was actually one store I went to that like didn't even. I think they gave out maybe one prize pack with entry fee and everything. It wasn't free, so free would be understandable. Like you still pay entry fee and everything like that. They give. I think they gave you like one prize pack, and then for the winners they gave like I think like 2 more prize packs, and that was it. Which like I think like it's not too bad, but still it's just like I've seen stores give out up to like giving out ETBs for the winner, like with a 24-person tournament, like giving out like special little pack list that, and then some sort of just give out prize pack.
Yeah. And like straight up, and this is going to sponsored content, Tabletop Village. Code Doom5. That's DOOM numerical 5. Save 5% at tabletopvillage.com. Sorry. They did Paldean Fates, and they gave out like 8 ETBs to the winner or something. That was insane.
8 ETB, that's crazy.
I gotta double check what it was. It was a very, very high pricing. It was really good.
My gosh, insanely good.
Tabletop Village is just insanely good with the pricing and everything. There's a reason why I'm more than willing and more than wanting to always hype them up. When I say like one of the best in the universe, it's the best. Yeah, like you can see a photo of Cal Connor versus I'm trying to remember, Kobe Kawasaki. Well, Kobe took second in Portland last year. Cal's won. He's 9th place in Worlds. Trying to remember how much the pricing was. I think that was split between them or so. PokeDad92, thank you for the follow. But as we see here, we do see Cash has gotten his revenge. It's absolutely decimated the Serious Players board.
It's true, that double comfy kill. That definitely setting up for disaster here for mysterious stuff. That is probably my favorite thing to do against a lot. Knock out your comfies, sit down.
Yeah.
Because I actually did an IRL tournament a couple weeks ago with Goldango deck, and I went up against a loss on deck. That's what I did, like beginning, and then I completely just down his deck. Awesome.
I've only played against Goldingo once IRL, and I lost because I was playing Charizard Beaver, and I had removed Radiant Charizard that day. And if I kept Radiant Charizard in there, it flips the whole matchup.
The Radiant Charizard definitely does save quite a bit.
Oh god! If you watched this in my chat, Kelkion talked about a judging call this weekend where the person got DQ'd for shuffling their hand into their deck off Iono, which is the correct call, 100%, because it's irreparable game state, right? But then the guy threatened their life or told them to off themselves, and then they got arrested for shoplifting within the store within 10 minutes. My god, what happened?
That is insane behavior. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, honestly, any tournament I've ever been to, people are always super chill.
Right?
Except for this one guy, this one time that I went to a tournament, made a new deck literally 2 days before because of work, had no time to do anything with it. I had no sleeves. I just went to the tournament just like that. And he called the judge over, and one of the things he said to the judge that he had cringe because my cards had no sleeves on them. I'm like, did you really have to tell the judge that?
Oh my god.
That was for me the cringiest thing I've heard in my life. You're really gonna tell the judge that? I also something else happened in the game, which was a reason for the call the judge over. But one of his points he wanted to add on was, and this guy doesn't have any sleeves. It's so cringe. I'm like, I'm sorry that I had work and I couldn't. It was ridiculous. But other than that, people are pretty awesome at these tournaments. I had a guy when I first started out doing Pokemon TV, and the guy just I told him I'm sorry, I'm really nervous today. My second time in my life ever doing this, and afterward he totally annihilated me. But then he was like, you know what? Here, have one of these. He just hands me a whole pack of just brand new sleeves. Things like Dragon Shields or something like that. I'm just like, what? He's like, yeah, welcome to the Pokemon TCG life. I'm like, thanks. So that was pretty cool. And I've had a lot of cool experience with people in the Pokemon TCG, but that definitely beats any other thing I've ever heard in my life. How some guy
100%.
That was insane. Crazy.
As we see Cash here completely run over Mysterious Player, as we've had both games here go insane.
Yeah, definitely. That first one, Mysterious Player making Cash here concede in that first one, right? Just ruining his whole bench and getting rid of those Gimmighoul's first thing, not allowing him to attack at all. And then now getting that return favor back to him, just getting his bench wrecked as well as Comfy's gone, shutting down that draw power. And nothing else there.
Yeah. So one of the things I've had experience-wise, it was actually this weekend. I remember my second tournament, I didn't set prizes out game one. Happens. I got a game lost. It happens, right? Not worried about it. Yeah. This weekend, I'm playing against a guy who was his second tournament, and he forgot to set it out, but I knew I was ready. He already told me I was ready to watch. And as soon as he didn't put him down, I said, "Hey, dude, put your prizes down."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, thank you so much. That's the best thing you can do. As you don't treat them as they're horrible people. To be hey, dude, I caught your mistake. I'm not going to take an easy win off you." Now, if it was a regional, if you're going to a regional, yeah, you don't put your prizes down. I'm calling a judge. I'm getting that free win. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I definitely, I'm totally with you on that. For me, what was it? It was actually last week. Last week I was at locals and I got to go up against my girlfriend, and so we're playing, and she puts down Path to the Peak, and then on my turn I used Rotom's ability, and she didn't catch it at first. I mean, she saw what I did, but I didn't realize oh wait, I forgot Path to the Peak's here, and so she had gone to her turn, and then she's like, hey, wait a minute, the Peak's here, you just used Rotom. And I was like, you're right. Didn't even realize that. And then she goes, and it happened to me last week too with some other guy. I don't want you to go through what I did. Fine. Because the thing also, the cards that I pulled luckily didn't change too much of the game at that point. Which the thing was like I thought I would just put my cards back in my deck. And I told her, I'm like, do you want to just call the judge over to about this? Like, no, it's fine. And so of course with my girlfriend, of course, but also just having like people like that in the scene, like I really feel like it just helps people that are new to it like be more comfortable and actually want to play the game. Whereas like for some other, I've heard for some different like TCGs like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, and some things I've heard from that makes people like want to like get into it, not even want to try it because it's like, well, if you just know you're going to a toxic community, it's like why do you want to be a part of that? You know?
Yeah. Like what? Why Rule Sharks ruin a lot of stuff. That's one way to put it. I mean, I played against a really good player this weekend in a cup who on flower selecting flipped over the third card. I could have called the judge. I was like, nah, dude, just shuffle it back in. It's a cup. I don't care. But we both said, but if it was a regional, yeah, I mean, we're like, no, yeah, we're gonna judge on that.
Yeah, regional over here. I want my either prize penalty or free win. So let's
yeah. But like he flipped it over and it was a Colress on top. I'm like, okay, dude, you're definitely gonna shuffle that because like you know you're playing Lost Zone Tina, and also I know you're gonna have Colress in deck, but I'm not gonna also let you know it's on top. Shuffle that thing back in. Give me at least a little bit of competitive back. Oh, so we will see the Pidgeot go away? Sealed cards. We got a Pokegear. Pokegear, I like Pokegears in Lost Zone decks. I know it's been a split with a lot of people, but I feel like it's really good in them.
Yeah, I'm also like kind of thinking about here, like because it's one of those cards where it's like you have to give it up to chance and hope you get it. You know, at the same time too, it's like if you have a deck that is like supporter heavy, Pokegear can definitely be helpful. It's like one of those cards within the deck, like trekking shoes. Like for me, like for example, like that's a card too. I'm just like, okay, it's there to let's draw another card, but also it's there for thinning your deck. Get cards out that you maybe, hey, I don't really need this.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting those cards out of there. I don't know. I still don't like. I've several times already. Or like, this is really cool. It's really part of the deck. I'm like, it's just taking space. I'd rather put a card. For me personally, as a player, it's like I'd rather have cards that I know that I'm going to utilize and that it's a card that I need right now, not just give it up. I don't know.
It varies. Like if you're just trying to burn through your deck, that's where like Trekking Shoes comes in. Acrobike was another card that was very similar and a very similar kind of style deck. I didn't know if you played Baby Blounds, if you were playing at that time.
Oh no, I wouldn't. No.
Okay, so Acrobike is look at the top two cards and put one in the hand, discard the other. So it's flower selecting as an item without the lasso.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's been reprinted twice. It was actually I think what was the first time it was printed? It was first time printed in Primal Clash, and then it was reprinted in Celestial Storm, and it hasn't been reprinted since. Trekking Shoes is like a tweak to the idea where you see the top one, then choose a discard, and then you only get the second one. Same idea, but you're trying to burn through your deck for certain cards. And Baby Blounds is like that. Like you're trying to find your like your fire crystals and fire. I don't remember the other fire ones, but there's so many of them. And it was a really good deck and real pain in the ass to play against. Kind of like Goldango. Goldango is actually similar to Blounds Blacephalon GX in build.
Is that again? Sorry?
Blacephalon GX.
Yep.
That was I can't remember how to spell Blacephalon. It was you're trying to use Mind Blown, which took 2 fire energy because it was a basic.
Okay.
And then it was put any amount of fire energy attached to your Pokemon into the Lost Zone. Sect does 50 damage for each card put in the Lost Zone this way.
Oh, okay.
So Goldango takes it differently by putting it in hand and only being 1 energy. This one took 2, and you're guaranteed to hit 150 or more.
Okay.
Usually because you were attaching by hand, and then you're using Welder, which attached 2 more, and you got to draw 3 more cards. Baby Blacephalon was better because it was called Fireball Circus, and that was from your hand, just like Goldango, but it took 3 energy to use. Or one prize basic.
That's pretty good though. I mean, if you said you're guaranteed 150, correct?
Right. At least on the Blacephalon GX. But Fireball Circus is better because you can discard from your hand and it goes to your discard and not your lost zone.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
You paired it up also with a Pokemon called Naganado, which could take 1 energy, each one of them, and attach it to itself on the bench. So as long as it was in play, Naganado with Blacephalon GX, you could sit there and do even more.
Oh.
So like the Goldango style deck has been a thing before. It was actually probably one of the better decks. I actually played a lot of the baby Blacephalon deck. But you had stuff like Fiery Flint, Fire Crystal, Giant Hearth, I think was legal at the time. Yeah. You discard Giant Hearth was the same one, was discard a card, search for 2 fire. So it was like Earth and Seal Stone, or whatever the new one is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Did he just seriously hit all the Colress? Oh my god. I'm sorry, Mysterious Player. You have to take him, right?
That's crazy. I've never seen that ever.
I've seen it like on Twitter. I heard it was a myth.
We have seen it now before our very eyes, live on stream.
I heard it was a legend. Only people like Indiana Jones saw.
So for no Ionos here, I think that's the thing we're hoping not to get. But Goldango doesn't.
No, Goldango doesn't usually play hand disruption. Sometimes they'll play Roxanne, like the one that won in Germany. But Roxanne's good because it puts them to 2 and you to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that bad.
True. Yeah. Because with Goldango, it's really hard to work with a small hand. But of course, having the Goldango there, like, there's the draw power with, his coin bonus. And also the Radiant Greninja there, too, if you have an energy to spare. I really do like this Goldango deck. Honestly, has been warming up to me a little bit more. Just because I do love the coin bonus ability is pretty awesome. The constant dealing of cards, like getting cards in your hand and getting like 3 of those boys set up on bench at once is pretty phenomenal. And also the Palkia Radiant Greninja play is pretty cool too for early game.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it a lot. And then right now, when Path of Peak gets the frick out of here, it's going to be an amazing deck, I feel.
Well, there's so many people who are going to be happy with Path of the Peak's gone. And it's always a weird format when we have no ability disruption, or not easy ability disruption. Like we do have. We do have like we still have Spiritomb, we still have Klefki.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple different ones. But we don't have that many. And that's always weird. Like I remember when Garbodor rotated and it was like, it felt like it was the end of the world.
Okay, now what did that guy do? I remember a little bit. did something. I remember it was pretty devastating to most people.
He shuts down all abilities as long as he has a tool item attached to him.
Oh wow. Okay. That's interesting.
So, but we had at times we had stuff like Field Blower. Field Blower was insanely good because it knocked off two things. It could knock off a stadium and a tool card, or two tool cards. It was during the very overpowered Sun and Moon cards where we had like Guzma, where you switched your Pokemon and theirs, so you could reset attacks and with a free retreater. Or if they tried to boss stall you, you just came back and restall, did it. So like Guzma, like Sun and Moon was like a really big era of a lot of really bad power creep.
Was that time kind of like more like a broken time for cards than you would say?
Yeah, to me, it felt like they were really pushing limits on stuff and seeing what worked and what didn't. So like Guzma doesn't work. That's why we went back to Boss's Orders. It was more like the Lysander card, where it's a single gust, you don't move. But they also removed stuff like Professor's Research. There was no research anymore.
Oh, they removed it and then put it back in.
Right. Essentially, you had to play Lily, which Lily doesn't even work really anymore because you used to be able to play supporters on turn 1 if you're going turn 1. Which Lily was draw cards until you have 6. If it's your first turn, draw until you have 8.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I think I've heard of that one.
So it was pretty good. And then you had like Cynthia, which was shuffle hand draw 6, which was better than Shauna, which was shuffle hand draw 5, and then went back to Shauna.
Okay. Yeah, shuffle hand draw 6 is kind of.
Yeah, it was just a little too much. Everyone played Cynthia. It was like everyone played N, and they've been trying to bring back N, but with like new things. Like that's why we had Marnie, and now we have Iono, which is N, but to the bottom of the deck, which some people seem to like better.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll get N back anytime soon, but I think Iono is the new N for now.
Yeah, I do remember seeing a bunch of things on when Iono came out. Like people like posting on Twitter a bunch about Lord N, we have seen your return or something like that.
Yeah. And like I don't think we'll never see VS Seeker again, sadly.
What card was that?
Versus Seeker, you could pull a supporter from your discard pile. So essentially every deck of its arrows, you played like 1 or 2 supporters at most, and you played 4 Versus Seekers. So you'd play one, maybe 2 bosses, and then you can have up to 6 gusts a game because you'd have 4 Versus Seekers, or VS Seekers, depending on how you want to say it.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's kind of like the way better Pal Pad in a sense. You only got to grab one, but you grabbed it directly to your hand. So if you had it, you usually clutch it because then you could use it to grab something. Okay, sounds pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah. So like Lost Zone decks would play at 100% because you could go grab Colress.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm trying to think.
I would use that.
I think most decks would be using it.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty phenomenal card because you have, again, you can have like 5 of one card technically, or 6 of one card technically, or depending how many of those you have in your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's extremely good card. We have not seen reprinted since Phantom Forces XY. So it's been. Oh no, Roy Scott's got a gold version of it. So it was in format until 2017. So 2018. So it's been a while. I still have mine. But it's an expanded. And it makes some expanded decks extremely good. Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't ventured into expanded too much. I've thought about it for a little bit, but then it's like for me, as I'm starting off into Pokemon TCG, it's like there's so much to learn and discover and get into, and go history diving pretty much and going into what cards really are the ones that work and which ones don't, which one can work with, you know, in today's day and age with deck we were playing expanded. It's a whole different, like, for me, like a whole different game, honestly. Like, you know, I'm barely making it alive here in standard, you know?
Yeah.
So you've been around so much, so I feel like I feel like for you it's kind of just like it's kind of like a blast of the past a little bit when you do expand a little bit, I think.
Yeah. I'm glad we don't have expanded regionals anymore. It's just because I got stuck with them. Like, I get two. It's actually 2 regionals a year. And when I was getting those 2 regionals, like, just as expanded, it's like, oh, like, the format can be fun, but, like, I don't know why they were just, like, putting all the expanded regionals in the Northwest. I'm like, please, give me some standard.
So for you, it was only you had to expand it and that was it?
We had, like, Portland was expanded. Seattle was standard until Seattle passed, like, dumb laws, and now we can't have Seattle regionals.
Oh, that's weird.
Washington State passed laws about card games and gambling, especially with, like, kids.
Okay.
So, like,
I get that kind of.
yeah. Colorado had, like, Denver regionals, which was, like, TCG only due to, like, video games and kids and money. It's like the money game part of it. Gotta protect them kids.
Which I mean I get it, but it's like I just feel like it's a stretch. It's like it's one thing when you're, you know, I don't know, like straight out gambling, you know, children gambling, but like it's another thing when it's in a sense like this is kind of like a sport. You know,
Yeah.
of course it's not you in that sense, but it's like, you know, if there's a team going to a championship and there's a cash prize for the winners or for the team or for the organization that they're playing for, whatever, it's like it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. That's like why if you ever follow Dota, why the internationals isn't played in Seattle anymore. I think they're in Vancouver this year.
Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
I believe it's all of Washington, Shaolin, the state law.
Is it just for like for when things are centered around that? Because I do remember like because PAX West last year, and I'm pretty sure PAX West is I think it's always in Seattle.
Yes.
Like PAX West, they had tournaments there, and
okay,
yeah, I mean
they said 2023 the international returned or was unconfirmed.
Okay.
So maybe. So I remember when the international was in Seattle, like at what was Key Arena, which is now a Climate Pledge Arena. It was awesome to watch. Like I watched it outside and had giant screens up. And I love if Pokemon was ever able to do that.
It does sound pretty sick. Especially like now how popular it is. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't in your future.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that as we just watched Cash just absolutely decimate again. But we'll see the crisis punch. He's watching for that crisis punch. Oh wait, I think he can win this turn. Actually, he just Roaring Moons for game.
Well, that's true.
If he's got enough, if he's got a darkness, and then goes from there. Yeah, the last regional we had was like in 2017, Shaolin. That was when I was still playing VGC. Xander Perro, I believe, won it. Actually, I think I still have the hat. I got a Rowlet hat.
Look at this.
Frenzy gouging.
pulling it off with frenzy gouging for the win.
Actually, I believe he is now going to the finals, and I think his opponent's already set. Let's find out. We have another one to match. Yes, and guess what he is playing against? Arceus. Arceus with the grass and the Klefki. This is like possibly his worst matchup.
Arceus glass left. Okay.
Yeah, it's also got Gyarados VMAX in it.
Gyarados VMAX?
Yeah. This is going to be a good one. Like, I'm just going to say we'll cast this. It's going to be good.
That sounds like an interesting deck. Huh. Arceus with. Where does that come from? Does the guy just make it, or is this from somewhere else?
He had to make it. Milk, it is community casting night. And actually, we had a good idea saying that I've been looking for a second night to run a tournament of Doom, like a challenge of Doom. And this might actually be the night to do it. Start like a tournament up like at 8:30 and have community casting, like low res, and just have like a good random set of games.
I think this sounds like a great idea. I think it's just to be able to do that and have games to be able to cast and like have there's a purpose behind those games. Of course, like when the games are here, for the stream, so that's cool. Like doing that, I think would be perfect. I think it's a great idea.
Because like if I start at like at 8:30, a challenge can run as long as we don't have any too many bad things. Right. Tuesday's community challenge and Friday's tournament of Doom. So like you do 6, you can limit it to 32 players. I think 32 you do 4 or 5 rounds. I'm trying to remember what 32 is to get a clean cut. A clean winner.
Yeah, I do know that at my locals when there's
4. Okay.
I think like 20s, 24. I don't know. I just know that when the last when I went to that we had 24. We did 5. We did 5 rounds.
Well, there's a way where you end up with 4 rounds. You get like a 1-4-0 and everybody else loses kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's all you're trying to do. That's like why Sunny runs at 64 with 6. Even though I think he's doubled the number now, but I think it's still 6-0. And like 4 or 5 rounds is enough because then like it's just like 2 hours. It gives time. It doesn't run that super late into the night.
Yeah, true. I think having a late night stream with like our tournament like that too. I think that's probably the biggest crutch there is that not being able to do it too late because
Right.
But it's interesting to see though, like see how that works out, and that's something I can be a part of too. That's cool.
Yeah. Doom. Oh God, that's never mind. Okay, I was looking at. I'm looking at. I said the next one's 99. It should be 99. I said unless I miscounted. Someone says, "I hope I keep track of energies in Lost Tina better than you do the number of your tournaments." I'm like, ouch. You got me. Good one, but ouch. Hug me.
It does hurt.
Rattle of terror. Yeah, I think it works because like even Tuesday nights work because like even when we have like downtime, usually it's done before the tournament would start anyways. So I think maybe tomorrow. Z-Man, do you just want something called Tickle? I'm going to need to name number 101 Tickle Time. Because we got that would give me 3 separate tournaments running. We'd have the challenge, we'd have the tournament, and then we'd have the regional of Doom, which is on March 30th. Which that is best of 3 in the new format, post rotation. First best of 3 tournament in post rotation. Right before, like it's like 2 weeks, week or two before EUIC. Rotation is March 21st on TCG Live, and it's April whatever. It's like 2 weeks after that IRL. Because Vancouver's Vancouver's March 22nd, which is my birthday, and Doom needs to make day 2 for his birthday, which is like 38 days away from now. Because I finally booked my hotel today. I might have booked it too early. I don't know. Because the prices are weird. I'm paying like $250 for it, which isn't that bad. But last year I paid less than $100 for my hotel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. New set comes out that day, so I'm like, yay, happy birthday, me. And rotation's like right afterwards. What am I playing for it? Right now I'm playing a lot of Charizard, and I think I want to keep practicing Charizard.
Hello there.
Hello there, everyone coming in from King Dre Clout's stream. I'm Senior Doom, professional illustrator, pretty good to decent TCG creator. We are currently watching Mysterious Player as he is in the finals of a Limitless tourney right now, and joining me is Paparazzi as we're on community casting night. I'm starting like every Tuesdays, where we are having a night where people are able to come in and practice their casting if they've never had a place to practice before. And as I've been talking with Chad about it, we're thinking about starting up another tournament, a Tuesday night tournament. Start like about 8:30, challenge style, be pretty easy. Prizes, probably I could definitely get prizes from one of my sponsors somewhere. So hopefully it'll be good. But right now we're watching Roaring Moon Lost Box going up against Arceus Keys with Leafeon and Gyarados VMAX. This deck sounds scary.
Yeah, like it's scary, and then also just like bizarre, but also like I'm excited to see this happen right now. You know.
Sadly, Homer's Cash lost to Mysterious Player last game.
He was eliminated. He top 4 though.
Which also, if you're not following King Dre, please go give him a follow. He has also been a caster on the Tournament of Doom. Real fun guy, part of the Shuffle Squad. So, God damn it, Z-Man. Give him a watch. Really good player. Qualified for his Worlds. So he is definitely going to Hawaii. Maybe he's going to San Francisco in 2 years. Which someone's getting fired for that. Either someone at the whatever it's called, the convention center, or someone at Pokemon. Someone's getting fired. All right, what's the new title, Z-Man? No, Cash's opponent is playing the Roaring Moon. Cash was playing Goldingo.
This strong start here too by Arceus V getting that bench loaded up. And if we see that Leafeon come out, I don't think I knew what Leafeon. I never seen anyone use Leafeon. So this is
Leafeon was pretty good. It was actually a pretty good deck for a while. The funny thing is they put down that Spiritomb trying to shut down V's. It's like the Pidgeot. They accidentally shut down their own Leafeon. So Leafeon now is not able to accelerate a grass energy to the Arceus. So it used to be you use Leafeon VMAX, and Leafeon VMAX was pretty good because Eternatus was one of the bigger decks in format at the time, and it hit for weakness.
Yeah, that hits for weakness against Dark Pokemon, correct?
Yeah, I think it hit Eternatus for weakness. I might be wrong. I'm gonna double check, but it also hit for like every for your whatever it's called retreat cost.
Okay.
No, he was fighting weak, so he wasn't that counter. It was a counter to something else like that. It might have been in Eternus' deck. Eternus was weak to fighting. But Leafeon VMAX would do 60 damage for each attaching your retreat cost, so it would still hit 180 against Eternus pretty well.
Okay.
So it wasn't a horrible hit. And then you had stuff like Galar Mine, which added to it, so you could hit more.
Guys, okay. Well, it seems like Leafeon is kind of that card that they're planning using to go against like a Zard deck, right? Because that's weakness against Charizard EX is definitely fast.
Exactly. It's one of the cards that it wants to play against. It's the straight up counter for it.
Yeah. But then the Gyarados VMAX that they're using here, what does that do? Because that, again, cards I know exists, but it's like,
if you ever want to look up a card or even like want to look up cards in certain ways, use pkmncards.com. It has a really, really, really strong search engine as well, so you can look up more stuff. But you can just look up Gyarados VMAX. Or just, I misspelled Gyarados. I'm so bad with it.
Yeah, I think I just misspelled it because it said no cards match my criteria. I must spell it wrong.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm finding it. It'll be easy enough. That's Team Rockets. Here it goes. Hyper Beam from 120. Discard energy from your opponent's active, or Max Tyrant for 240. And then also you have Get Angry, which does 20 for each counter on the Pokemon. Which the deck we're playing against, I'm checking right now, as we're seeing, I don't think plays anything that allows him to go back. Very Angie boy. Well, because I think Amulet's out. But still hitting for 240 and then be able to hit for 240 again. Like, that KOs a lot of things right now, or puts a lot of damage out there.
I guess I don't know how to spell Gyarados. How do you spell Gyarados?
Gyarados.
Oh, okay. I missed the first A there.
Yeah.
I was spelling without that first A after the Y.
Chef Blanks, thank you for the follow. But yeah, like, if like Mellow Magikarp knew that I didn't know how to spell Gyarados, I think he'd be okay as a friend still, but he might look at me differently. But there's just so many VMAXs out there that never saw play.
True. But when I first got in this, like, getting into Pokemon TCG, like, there's so many cards, and it's like, this seems like it'd be really, really good. But then you like try to pair it up with something else, and it's just like there's no pairs for it. And you're like, okay, what do I do this now? I probably shouldn't use it then. And then you just, for me, as a starting off, like, I just look at those popular decks, like, okay, cool, this deck right here is something that works. I'm gonna go off that and try to get better with this and hone my skills this way. But it's now like going back and like looking at those Pokemons that never got to see the light of day in Pokemon TCG, and seeing some things have some pretty interesting abilities, attack, and just like being beefy Pokemon like Gyarados VMAX, with 330 HP is pretty crazy. So it's just like, and then seeing like that those attacks there, especially that Max Tyrant, maybe it's 4 energy, 3 water with 1 colorless for 240, but there's no discarding energies after that. There's no this thing happens to you because you used it. It's just a solid 240, which can one hit knockout a lot of Pokemon, like a lot of basic Vs and stuff like that. So it's pretty good.
It's just rare in general in it.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the Master Urshifu to pull it out. I want to see our boy Gyarados get some action in this game. Let's see what happens. I hope it does. It'd just be really interesting to see.
Mhm. We're gonna see the frenzy gouging here, and it feels like there's no reason not to. And see, man, the reason why I don't do tabletop locals is mostly timing, because like they do Friday nights, which is why I do Tournament of Doom, and then I'm not always able to make it down on Saturdays because I have family responsibilities. But we did do the 1K there once, and that first match we had was Wancho Primetime Wizard Saldana versus Kevin Mello Magikarp Clemente during Silver Tempest format, and me and Emmy couldn't stop laughing because they both were playing Lugia and they both started Raikou. It was like the worst possible start for both of them. They laughed, and we laughed so hard they could hear us from the casting booth. Like, it was supposed to be soundproof, so in quotations, sound, and it was just so bad. They heard us laughing. I'm like, they realized what happened. I was like, yeah, you both have horrible hands. That was one of the most fun I've ever had doing an IRL one. And they at the end we didn't get to do a top cut because everyone was tired, and they decided to split top 8.
Oh, gosh, just didn't get finished because everyone was tired. I'm like, okay, put that back. Here you go.
Yeah, it was. People were still getting back their just all the stamina to be able to do events. Because this was one of the we're doing 1Ks, and this was right before regionals come back. The interesting thing here is talking about, and Homer Simpson's talking about this correctly on this. If he can get another Roaring Moon attack, there's nothing else set up as an attacker on his opponent's side. He doesn't necessarily have to do that because he could. Ooh, but he can't KO with the Mew, but he could. Maybe. But yeah, like if he gets another Roaring Moon here, he KOs the Leafeon. He might lose to the Bibarel with it because they did put the energy on the Bibarel, and 30 damage is 30 damage. But we'll have to see. This is turning out to be really interesting here.
Yeah, it's just pretty crazy. Yeah, because you tell that no attacker on the bench. Because if V-Star gets knocked out, then that could possibly be devastating for Masters Review here.
Things are not looking good for Homestar Runner. Sorry, my oldest was making me watch Homestar Runner today.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Oh my gosh.
They came back from school and they had drawn Trogdor, and me and Mrs. Doom were like, "Oh yeah, that came out 20 years ago."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And they're like, "Hey, who wants to just go watch some Trogdor?" Like, some Homestar Runner. Like, yeah, sure.
That's awesome, though. How do they find out about it?
About Trogdor?
Yeah, like all the Homestar Runner stuff. Because it's okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I showed them when they were younger. They had a favorite joke of mine growing up. I would do the strong bad, like the poor voice when they were like first starting. I go, I can do it 9 times, and that was like their favorite joke growing up.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh! I mean, you got to bring culture to your kids. You have to. It's important. They need to know these things, especially now since like the whole didn't the Homestar Runner site, or not like the site, but like the Flash, all the Flash things, which kind of like if they didn't make it to YouTube, I'm pretty sure a lot of it did. But like if it didn't make it to YouTube before, it kind of just got like
they converted.
vanished.
They got there's an emulator called Ruffle they use now.
Okay.
So you can still go there, and it still looks like the classic Homestar Runner with like the 28 home pages now.
I did not know that. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, and it's still like the Flash of the past. They're still doing cartoons every so often.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay, because remember, like there was a bit like where they just kind of like we just kind of like no new updates. And I was kind of waiting, and nothing really happened from that. So that's good to know they're doing new stuff. Because that honestly, that was like high school for me growing up.
Yeah.
When
they worked for Disney for a while too.
they did, I did not know that.
And they also worked with the Aquabats on the Aquabat Super Show. With Strong Bat, they had a live action Strong Bat on that.
I think I remember hearing something about that. I do think I remember hearing something about that.
And this is where we all get like distracted as casters, but it's more fun.
True, definitely, because like having the chat cast for us.
Yeah, Homer Simpson is doing a better job at it than we are right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but then again, though, like I remember you mentioned the other day, like, you know, having those casters who like some extra flair to it, and make it more casual, more laid back. I feel like those kind of like casting that you watch, like it's like a 2-for-1, because you're not only getting Pokemon TCG experience here, but you're also getting a free mini podcast.
Well, one of the things like I've talked about on the stream and stuff is like some of these matchups we've all seen multiple times, and we only got half a game we can watch as it is. Man, yeah, the Lost Vacuum here would have been so good. So we find ways of filling the time differently. And if you ever watch like the NFL, that's one of the big things. The NFL is like, how do we fill this time? How do we do this? And like you always have them talk about like their experiences and other things.
That's true. There were many times I'm really watching football with my dad, or like some guy just randomly talking about some thing he did the past weekend. They're just laughing about it. I'm just like, this doesn't do football.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. Now it makes sense.
But same thing with baseball. Like literally, you listen to a baseball cast, they'll be talking about something, and then they'll be like, "And there's strike 3." Nasty curveball on the outside of the corner, and that's strike 3. But yeah, me and Dave here, we were out drinking with these underage girls.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But you're right that they do stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh geez.
He just never got another attacker set up. Sucks for Mysterious Player there. Hoping maybe that'd get one more KO, get the crisis shot. Just didn't happen.
He definitely needed that other roaring moon out, but unfortunately, not there.
But to be honest, like that joke was actually half rooted in reality. There was a caster like in 2007 or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was talking about going out drinking with underage girls, and he got fired for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. That's just kind of crazy. So that was actually based on a true story.
Yeah. So that wasn't that. Wow. That is an actual joke that I've seen. Like I've done a lot of, like even with the casting now, I've done a lot of reading into like sports casting, what they go through, what they do, everything else. And one of the things that comes up is like things you don't talk about, and they talk about the experiences where it came up, and that's one of them. Is you don't talk about drinking, and you don't talk about your love life, unless you're married and you're just talking about your wife, like or your fiance or whatever, in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't be sitting there talking about how he went out and I scored a whole bunch just like the team's doing today or something like that.
And like how they have 9 runs in. I got plenty of runs this week.
I had the runs this weekend.
I had the runs this week.
After I went to the Santa Clara Chili Festival.
Oh God. I feel like that's another thing you shouldn't have. Oh my God. When I said that, I didn't even think of that. It's like, oh my gosh, you're right. Man.
That's what we have a community night for. It's like you get used to like being used to on the mic, being able to talk, being able to talk about yourself. Like Cup experiences work really well with this. Pokemon experiences work really well. Especially considering what we do, what we're doing on this stream is completely different from what they do on an official cast as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to, and also Chad, did you happen to watch the SpongeBob version of the Super Bowl?
Wait, there was a SpongeBob version of it?
There was a SpongeBob version of the Super Bowl, and it was hilarious, and it was worth watching.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know about that. Of course, like being here, like I'm here in Mexico, so I don't actually like and have access to it. Unfortunately, this weekend we were trying to find it somewhere. We couldn't get it, unfortunately. But a SpongeBob version would have been amazing.
Yeah, they had the voice actors of Patrick and SpongeBob. They set them up in a VTuber setup, so they had like cameras on their face and everything, and they were motion capture. And they sat there with legit announcers, and they made observations about the game and made jokes. He made a joke about Leonardo DiCaprio and his age difference between his girlfriends. There's
my gosh.
There's just so many good ones, and there's people taking it and added to it. And it's like it's one of those things where it's needed. You didn't realize it's needed until you've seen it, and now like I want more sports and even like Pokemon TCG to have it, where it's just people just sitting there riffing and talking and just doing things.
Yeah, that would make it definitely 1,000% more interesting. Because like at the same time too, like a lot of people are already watching. You know, I feel like a lot of like events like this, for example, like watching Pokemon TCG. The people who are watching it already know what's gonna come up next. You know, because they've been watching. You know, they know the decks, they know the plays, they know what's happening here. They know the people that are going into these tournaments and knowing what decks are playing ahead of time. So like, if you already kind of know what's going in, so to have even more entertainment at the same time, I feel like definitely livens it up a whole lot more. And having more like things like you're saying, like with jokes here and there, or special guest commentators, or even throw in Ash Ketchum in there or something like that. That would be, I think, something people are going to tune in for.
Right. And then, like, this is for the people who know, like, you still need to have a setup where it's serious and they're talking through things and everything. You're still going to have that. That's never going away. But you have someone else coming in where people can joke and do things and or have different things to it. Like Azul's regional watch parties. I've thrown a regional watch party once. Mrs. Doom didn't enjoy it too much. She's like, I don't want. You don't need to do that every time. I'm like, so I'm just going to make my own regional. She's like, what? So we did that, and it was a lot more fun. I think I had like 110 people come in on that.
I think that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. And we called it a pirate regional. We actually wanted to at one point to actually put pirate eye patches on and spend the whole time talking like pirates.
That'd be awesome.
That'd
be pretty cool.
One time on a ship, I saw a Cramorant. The Cramorant spit out his food in my eye, and that's why I wear an eye patch.
Getting the lore and everything. That's awesome. That'd be a cool idea to throw in with the challenge tournaments you're talking about, and have like challenges for the casters as well. That would be pretty interesting.
So yeah, it's having the ability to do that, and like knowing your strengths and everything else. I know my strengths is I'm going to go off topic. I'm going to notice things in weird plays and get hyped for plays. Whereas in like someone like an Azul is going to be able to explain what's going on in such a good manner. And it works.
Yep.
And so like the best people I work with are the people who are willing to get off topic with me.
Okay.
And just do everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to the flow. You know, like I usually like try to like feel the person's vibes and stuff like that, and see like where they're going with it, and then kind of just like follow along. Like I feel like the other day when I was doing casting with day camp, like both of us like he would like go back into the game, so I would follow him back into it, and then when I kind of like noticed like he was like making a comment about some other thing, I'm just the guy that's just like don't know whatever's going on. We're doing it. We're jamming.
We're moving.
Moving, grooving. Okay, actually, we'll be right back in a couple seconds. So I'm going to step out for like a minute or two. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, no worries, dude. As we're watching here, as I'll try to be a little bit more serious, we are going to see damage going to the Roaring Moon, which means if it does try to hit, if he is able to hit the Frenzy Gouging now, he takes himself out. But he can get Stadium. I don't remember how much Gusting he plays, because it would be great if he was able to get rid of that Leafeon on the bench, which is now evolved. And there's the path. Maybe we'll have something. But at least it's not being KO'd. I think he's at 7 now. If not extremely close. I do wonder if this was the worst matchup for Mysterious Player coming in because of all the pass and all the grass type attackers. 9 in the loss. So yeah, he's more than set now. I mean, he's getting ready set for a Sableye. Like if you can do 220 here, Sableye can clear up the Arceus. It's just getting the rest, everything else. That is always the issue, is how do you get the rest? Or Greninja. Yes, Greninja could get some damage out there too. So what he decides to do, he could Frenzy Gouging. The Frenzy Gouging would put him down to 3 and his opponent down to 4. Calamity Storm, though, gets rid of the stadium, and again, sets up for the possibility of a Sableye attack. So it's just a matter of where does he want to go and what's the next move? Sorry, doing something. There we go.
Okay, I am back.
All right, focus. He used the Frenzy Gouging to take out the stadium, so he does have access now to the Pidgeot V to get put back the deck, which is something I'm thinking he wants to do. And he now has access to Sableye as well. But we can see a Cramorant KO, we can see a Sableye KO. Now we'll put him down to 3 prizes. It's just a matter of getting the last 2. Maybe we'll see Crisis Shot. Or Crisis Punch, I mean. I want to say Shot. I think it translated as Shot originally.
Oh yeah, the Master Wizard's got his Pokemon loaded up with energy. I'm interested to see here what our mysterious player is gonna do.
I want him to put the Pidgeot V back in deck though. I don't think Mew ever comes into play. You want that vacuum though. But you're trying to keep the past out of play. Oh, that's easy. Anytime you hit after turn 1, anytime you see Battle VIP pass and you're going to a Lost Zone, you send it that way.
Yeah, easy discard, easy loss. It's no brainer. At first, I remember like when I was getting into Pokemon TCG, I saw that card and I was like, "Well, what's the point of this card? After your first turn, you can't even use it anymore." But then, like, I realized now, that's your free discard. You can discard something. You got something to discard here.
It's burnable. It's like when Tord was especially setting up was doing a lot with Zoroark GX, which is another older deck. You use a card called Bridget. Oh, he's going to take out the draw power first. You know what? That's fair. The thing about Bridget was essentially Battle VIP pass as a supporter. And it specifically said EXs, old EXs, not GXs, not new EXs, old EXs. And so it became a supporter that gained a lot more power because you could grab GXs, or in this sense, you're grabbing all your Zoruas to evolve into Zoroarks.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the exact wording of Bridget or Brigetti. I've also heard people say Brigetti Spaghetti. Search your deck for one basic Pokemon EX or 3 basic Pokemon, except for Pokemon EX, and put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So the thing was, and this Pokemon is the EX and capitalization. So you end up with the new ones can work too. So it's a very extremely powerful supporter now. But you'd use it for 3 basics because you're trying to evolve Zorua into Zoroark GX. And you put 4 in the deck so you can maximize your potential of grabbing it, even though VS Seeker existed at the time. You're essentially using it as a Battle VIP pass, and afterwards, Zoroark GX had trade, which is just a refinement. So it became your trade card. I don't need to use this anymore. Gone.
Very interesting. Yeah, that Bridget card is basically a Battle VIP Pass Plus.
Yeah. And the thing at the time is he also played Tapu Lele, which Tapu Lele is Lumineon. Except at the time, it was just so much better.
Wonder Tag is definitely Luminia sign. Same thing.
Yeah.
Tapu Lele.
But Tapu Lele has an actual attack you can use.
True. Because it's 2 colorless. Yep. Mm-hmm. Which is very true. I think in all my history of playing Pokemon TCG, I have used Luminion's attack one time, only because I had no other Pokemon.
I've never used it because I never had like water energy in my deck.
Yeah, I think it was I was doing the homebrew deck I made with Blastoise EX and Chenpao, and I had Luminion in there. And there's just one point where just like I had pretty sure nothing else to attack with. Max Howard was on my bench, and I'm like, why not? And so I attack with good old Luminion B.
All right. You need to share with me here and he doesn't lose his hand, and go, crisis shot, crisis shot, crisis shot, crisis shot, crisis shot, crisis shot. I know. I'm talking about next turn. He wants him to take a prize. That's why he put the Pidgeot back.
Yeah, he has to do it. Yep.
That's why we didn't see the town star come down. That can't be another Iono. Yep.
There it goes. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Look at this guy go.
All he has to do, bring up the Cramorant. Oh, he's going to play it out. I was like, put down the town store, grab the Crisis Punch, and we move on to a game 3.
Look at that.
Because guess who gets to use it for free?
Kramer uses it for free? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I didn't know that. That's insane.
Lost Provision. I played against a deck this weekend at my cup. It tried to donk me. It was Iron Valiant, but Lost Box with Cramorant. And it was trying to get 4 in the Lost Zone. So you can use stuff like De-Evolution, Evolution, and Crisis Punch for free.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
I beat it.
It's game changing.
Yeah. Well, I played against it. I beat it really bad. He never got set up, and I did with Charizard, and I was like, do. He took two KOs on my Manaphy starter and my Mew, and I was like, that was a mistake. And then he devolved me, and then all I did was run a candy back per game after I had boss 2. I'm like, there's nothing.
Oh, I never realized that Cramorant could use those TMs for free. That's wow.
Yeah. And that's what we are talking about earlier with whatever it was called. Esperanza, that it doesn't affect it. Yes.
Esperanza also does not affect Cramorant?
Nope. Because its ability overwrites the other ability. It doesn't say remove energy cost. It says remove. It's everything. Which Arsenal Hale, yes, the V-Star was in deck, and he was holding out for it most of the game. So I believe that was the way he could have done it. Because we had that discussion on here. It says if you have 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone, ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack costs. That's the important thing. Ignore all. Like this attack in this Pokemon's attack costs. It specifically doesn't say ignore all energy in this and spit instantly's attack cost. It's Pokemon's. So they designed Cramorant probably with already designing the TMs ahead of time, thinking about it, probably with that in mind. And that's the wording that came in. When we saw Crisis Punch come out, everyone was like, oh yeah, this is going Lost Zone decks. And then in Japan, it started showing up in Lost Zone decks, and now it's showing up in Lost Zone decks, just like this game.
That's honestly crazy. Like, wow, I mean, and that Crisis Punch, the victory there was an amazing move.
All right, so we gotta see how he gets out of this Roaring Moon start.
On the back, get that concealed cards running.
Get 2 more cards for free. Well, not for free, but for decent. There's the VIP pass.
Yes.
Heavy ball, possibly. But it doesn't seem like he prized anything you wanted. Oh, the Mew. You can actually use the Mew. I mean, he's drawn more with the Mew, but it doesn't feel like too good anyways.
Fortunately, he did whiff in that Poke Gear. That was unfortunate.
100%. See the Leafeon. Sadly, Leafeon does not have free retreat, but we do have a switch.
Hmm.
So this Arceus is going to set up again. And he's going to have another attacker. And he should be able to set up the Bibarel. And the Squovit. Which a lot of people don't realize. The Squovit you cannot use if you have 0 cards in hand. You do not just get to draw a free card.
Oh, okay, so you have to have a card in hand to do it. Okay.
Right. If I remember correctly, chat, you can also correct me. I'm going to double check on the NDM. Doesn't show up, but I have been told that. I think even in game you can't use it that way. The fact they only just attach 2 energy does not bode well for them. But
Would that be the same with Iono too? If you don't have cards in your hand, to be able to shuffle and put it on the bottom of your deck,
you can
do you not pull cards?
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. You can. You can play Iono with no cards in hand.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Here's what it says: if you put any cards on the bottom of your deck in this way, draw a card. So you can put it there. You can play it, but nothing happens. That's the catch. How are you doing, Edwin Walter? Hopefully your night's going well. If you ever have a question about rules, there's the PokeGym rules compendium. I just linked it in both chats. Should be linking there. From Restream.io. It has a lot of them. Like Squawk and See should be able to be used in sudden death on turn 1.
Okay. Oh, this side's okay.
Does he want to get rid of the Cramorant though? Guess we're getting rid of Cramorant. The weird thing though now is Pidgeot V is stuck. Thanks for stopping by, Edwin.
Had a Pidgeot V.
Yeah, so you can still use the Forest Seal Stone. Which I remember when everyone thought that was going to be blocked by Path to the Peak. Turns out, no, it's not.
Yeah, that was the same thing I thought too. That go to turns like probably 3 weeks straight. I would like ask, okay, just to be sure, I can still use this, right?
Versus Punch's prize, so we are not in the best of standings here.
I'm still pretty sad that Master Urshigu did not bring out that Gyarados VMAX. Waiting for it.
There's no reason to. You give up 3 prizes.
Very true, because I started going against Morning Moon. That's it. These are 3 prizes.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see him. I wanted to say hi really quick, see how he's been, how's the kids. I haven't seen him in a bit.
so they're using Town Star. Probably just at worst shuffle their deck. Lost Vacuum it away now. Or for Sealstone. You know, actually, I don't even know why you do that because now you just added to their lost zone anyways.
Mhm.
Because preferably, Sableye gets 2 prizes off the Squovit and the Spirit Tomb if you can get to 10. But right now, it doesn't look good on getting to 10 yet. Wow, brutal. This is just not feeling anywhere near as good. This is probably the matchup Master Urshifu wanted.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's not looking good. I'm a serious player here.
But don't count it out. We could. I don't think we get to 7 here. I was wondering if it would be possible to get a Greninja attack. This just gets us to 6. Hopefully we get the Colress. Okay, there's the Colress. So now we're at 7.
He got it landed.
Gonna take the Mew? I don't know if the Mew's worth it. Like having another Colress for the next turn feels right. Okay, you already had a Colress, but it still gives you more Colress. So now we should be able to get 2 prizes here, and maybe finally be able to get that Pidgeot V off the out of the bench. And then we can get rid of this Path to the Peak.
We thought about that for a second.
Well, the issue is he's going to go down to be just to having 2 prizes left here against him. So how does he take another 2 prizes without bringing out like a Roaring Moon? So Roaring Moon's just going to get blown up anyways.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, how do you get your final 4 prizes? You want one would be Crisis Punch possibly, but Crisis Punch has been its prize. We know that. I just don't know. Maybe it was too slow of a start and it's just too much to overcome.
Yeah, it does look pretty grim for a series player here.
I don't know. So the
Horses are gone. Oof.
bottom of the
Look,
oh,
there
got
it is.
another one.
And a comfy. Look at that.
Well, see the final two with Punch, but the Moon can't do it because it'll be down to 2 prizes, and then that just gives them 2 prizes for the game. So Master Urshifu's down to 2 prizes. They're at 4, and it's okay. How do you get the final?
He's got to get that. But does he have anything in his deck to get rid of the path? Or if it's except with another stadium with town stores?
Yeah, because as soon as he sets up the Moon's going to, unless he was able to take out the. Well, no, he can't. There's no way for him to get there. It's just too long to set up. It's just nothing you can do. Exactly. And I don't even know if the Pidgeot V is even worth using here.
Okay.
Now you also have to worry about the slack off. Slacking, not slack off. That's like its middle evolution.
Yeah, Master Shifu has all these Pokemon just set up and ready to go. But luckily, he did. Mysterious player here saved himself a turn by having that Pidgeot V up without getting any knockouts.
Like this is definitely watching and trying to see how does he go around this. So he can't even stick the Bibarel if you had like a way of doing it, because the Bibarel is just going to hard retreat right now. Like if you had a way of getting the slacking into the active, what's there, maybe. Right, that's when you slacking can't attack without Path to the Peak.
It's a very difficult end here for a serious player because, again, like I already mentioned, if like if he uses anyway that Roaring Moon, sorry, brain went blank for a second. He can easily get knocked out by that Leafia. Unless there was like, no, yeah, he can knock out that Leafia. So there's the Roaring Moon kind of isn't an option here.
Correct. Like he doesn't even do enough damage with the Frenzy Gouging either. I mean the Calamity Storm. So, and we know the punch is prize. We got rid of the Cramorant early. There's the Path to the Peak again. I don't know. I mean, feels like this game got out of hand. And this is again talking about like what do players talk about? Sometimes with a game like this is like it's out of hand. What more can you do?
Exactly. It definitely looks like a GG here for.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just that Iono.
I was asking him to not good. No.
Oh, excuse me. That's what I made. That's why I like gotta work on this. Figure out my Tuesday. I start drinking energy drinks on Tuesday now. Get myself heart palpitations.
He does get the concede there, and unfortunately ends the game there.
Yep. But sometimes that happens. It feels like it was a little bit of a bad matchup. It's all good. And with that, I'm getting ready to call it a night. Are you going to continue streaming Paparazzi?
I am, yes.
So you know what? I'm going to send everyone off to you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow.
So we'll be rating your channel. I don't have a raid screen on this one yet. But thanks for coming out. I definitely think we'll set up as a tournament. We'll get people actually scheduled. I need to spend a little bit of time working on it. Maybe I'll do that on Friday. Well, I'll definitely be back on Friday. Enjoy the time with Paparazzi, Mysterious Player, if you're watching stream, because I know I have you muted and everything right now. Thank you for being able to stream your games. Sucks you lost in the finals, but it was very good and very well played. It seems like the last game, things slipped away. Okay, it is rating. So again, have fun with Paparazzi. We'll be back Friday with Emmy, and I will hopefully see you then. And they are rating towards you right now. Should be there.